Hey fam, welcome to another episode of Good, Bad, and Ugly about real estate. I got a great guest for you today. Have you ever wondered how you could invest in mobile home parks? Did you ever think that you only have to follow one strategy that if you want to do fixer flips and mobile home parks? Can you be in the Twin Cities in Minnesota and invest in Florida? Well, that's exactly what my next guest does. So help me welcome to a stage a good friend of mine, Darina.
Hi.
How you
Hello,
doing, Darina?
hello. I'm doing great. Just came from Arizona. It was nice meeting you there.
Yeah, for the first time, right? We've known each other through Zooms and stuff, but we finally got a chance to actually meet. That was awesome.
Yes, it was great.
So I like to start all my episodes with you introducing yourself to the audience. So can you share your story, how you decided to get into real estate, where you started from, and how you got to where you are today?
Oh yeah. So I came to US in 2019 in October and I didn't know what to do. Like my husband was like, "Hey, let's go into real estate." And I told him I'm not interested. I didn't have any interest in real estate and I wanted to go to the college just to get a good 9 to 5 job. And he was
Right.
like, "Hey, honey, you cannot really make money if you go and work from 9 to 5." And he was doing construction for other flippers. Shortly, probably not really shortly, but in about a year, he actually got me to watch the course. It was boring. I didn't watch it, just a couple lessons, and I skipped it. And then I saw Pace on YouTube, and I was like, this guy, I can listen to him for hours. So
Right.
that's how I actually found Pace. It was interesting for me to learn how to make money and actually be free. I was pregnant, so definitely 9 to 5 was not fit in my schedule. I did not want to put my baby into the daycare when she was born. Real estate was the answer.
And so how did you go from watching Pace Morby's videos to getting to your first deal?
Yeah, so it was long period too. My husband was super patient as always. He's Belarusian, super patient person. So he basically was pushing me, hey, let's develop, let's try to find homes, etc., just for flips. And I was consuming material, just as many of us. We join community or we buy some course, we consume, and we never take action. So my best advice, watch something for an hour and do something for 2 or 3 hours. That's how you actually make money. So it took me over a year to actually start working because I couldn't find my avatar. I was trying to reach out to sellers. I was trying to do different stuff. I just couldn't fit. And also I
Right.
had a baby. So I was busy with my baby and I didn't really have much time because my parents in Ukraine. And then TC community started. People started to do TC work for other people because I had limited time. I couldn't really travel and do like door knock or for sellers appointments. TC was actually the answer for me because people were doing negotiations and I was able to put it all together. Because I was consuming material for over a year, I knew a lot of stuff. And also I bought one sub two from the wholesaler that taught me a lot of lessons because we didn't have experienced team who was helping us. They screwed a lot. So when that happened, I was like, wow, I won't prevent that from happening. I want actually help people to avoid all the mistakes that happened to us. And I
Right.
started being a TC. And it just a story after that because I got so many clients and I was good at it. I loved it. I could work at my own schedule. I did not need to ask for permission to stop working or to continue working.
Yeah. So
So
for the audience, TC is transaction coordinator. If you've been following my channel, I've had 3 or 4 of them on. How great they are, the hidden heroes of most real estate deals. So if you're not using a TC, you're leaving yourself out for losing a lot of money and potentially a lot of legal battles too in the future.
yes. So what really helps being a TC, you go through so many files because I always had around 10, 16 active files and I was closing them nationwide. I was learning so much by doing that. And also, I built a reputation. So now we had all the community members, all the local wholesalers bring us actually flips. So it's all circle. So we started to do a lot of flips and people lend us money and people trust us. We have we host like local meetups. We didn't have one. So sometimes people come, oh, I don't have a good meetup in my area. I don't really know how to join, how to find a community. And I'm like, oh, I did not have it too. I just created one. So go ahead and create it. You don't have to find it.
Create the room that you want to be in, as they say.
Exactly. Yes. We blast to be in a room with like-minded people that actually push us. Because I started hosting Meetup before I closed my first deal. But because of the community and because of the surroundings and all the friends that I have in real estate, there's no way you will not close a deal. It's just impossible.
That's awesome. And I don't care. I'm not sure if the audience heard that, but she said she hosted a meetup before she even closed her first deal. So for
Yes.
people that are saying I don't have a experience in this, so how can I host something? Like I said, you create the room you want to be in. People that are in there are coming, and they'll share their knowledge with you. She didn't know anything
Yes.
about real estate, and then later closed her first deal, and people came obviously because she was able to close her first deal after the meetup. So don't let that be something that disables you from moving forward.
Yes. And also, you don't have to know, like, you can invite someone who closed deals, who can share their experience. So I was inviting speakers. That's how I got all my new friends.
Oh, that's cool.
Yes. And we built strong, good relationship with local community, with different communities here, and we collaborate. So as we stabilize like our flipping business and TC business, I had a one-on-one with Pace, and we were talking about like strategy moving forward. And he said, and I was interested into mobile home parks, and he was like, hey, you need to actually start buying them. And because we now have free time and systems in place, we actually moved into mobile home park space recently.
So why pivot? Why did you decide to move into instead of staying right where you were with fix and flips and stuff? Why would you go to mobile home parks?
So I don't think we changed the course, we just add a lane.
Okay, I like that.
Yeah. So fix and flips, that's active income. And that really helps us to cover every single of our bills. It helps us to get money and invest into some single family like rentals. But if we want to scale and we want to get real cash flow and wealth, we have to go bigger. And for someone, that will be RV parks. For someone, multifamily. For us, that's a mobile home parks. And the big reason, because I'm very conservative when it comes to partnership, and I do have a great partner in that space.
Yes, you do.
Yeah, so his name is Tyler Ware. I know in our communities a lot of people know him, and we just look for parks together, and he already owns 5 of them.
That's awesome. So just for the audience, I'm not sure if you guys are catching this. Darina came to the US in October of 2019, and in 6 years, she has started 3 businesses, right? She has her TC business, transaction coordinating. Her and her husband do a fix and flip business, and now she has mobile home park business. So from coming outside the country, coming in and starting business, you have no excuses of why you can't do this. If she could do it, you guys can too.
Yes, and also accent was stopping me. I was like, I have such a heavy accent. I cannot coach people. I cannot host meetups because there's like Americans who are way better than I am. And it's all just lies that we tell ourselves, excuses. Like you can do anything that you want, especially if you were born here, you don't have any excuse for sure. And we do more. We have construction as well. We have a glazing company. But for the TC business, what's interesting, I was doing so many files that I was overwhelmed. And I was like, Pace, I'm overwhelmed. There's no space in a day that I can add something about like mobile home parks. And he was
Right.
like, so why do you still do it yourself? Even with VA, you just can't. So I actually partnered and joined. So I co-own the TC Collective now with 2 other partners, Rinda Amick and Chelsea Westover. And we have a absolutely fabulous team that handle all the transactions.
That's awesome.
Commercial, creative, real estate, all the RV parks, mobile home parks, people basically close with our company. And it's how did we meet them? Like it's ever since there's a community.
And you were able to take the whole last 3 or 4 days to go to a conference, and your business was still running without you, right?
Yes, exactly. And that's the goal. You want to be able to do that.
That's awesome. Anyone who's been a part of real estate knows that there's ups and downs, good and bad. Can you share with the audience a good story you have, like in your real estate career, and then maybe something that didn't go as well as you planned it?
Yeah, I think in every transaction there is something good and bad. That's something that you did not expect. There's no cookie cutter for the transaction. I think the good part and the good story, like recently I closed a property. There were so many offers on that property, and they will submit an offer for this time, and they will just take the best one. And I was like, hey, you know me, I can close within 2 business days. If I tell I'm buying it, I'm buying it. I'm not backing out or renegotiating the price. Just tell me the highest offer you got, and I will see if I want to bid it or do the same one, and we will talk. Because we have such a good relationship and people know us and we also lead the community, the person just called me back and he was like, hey, this is the offers that I received. And I was like, okay, so I can give you like 1,000 more. Oh, he said, give me 2,000 more and I will sell it to you. And I was like, let's do 1,000 more because I don't know those people. But if I tell you I'm buying, I will buy it. With my husband, he was like, yeah, sure, that works. And we got it. Not because something other than because we have community and relationship with other people. I could try to beat someone or just shoot in the air and, hey, this is our offer. But I was like, I can do 10,000 EMD non-refundable because I still will bring cash to the closing for the flip. It doesn't matter for me.
Right.
So I
Well,
think
I
that's
mean,
a really good story that we got deals before they go under contract. Sometimes they tell us, hey, what price do you want? What do you need?
but you didn't get there just overnight. You built relationships with those agents to help you with that, or those investors.
Yes, you have to build relationship. People want to do business with one that they trust and they know. And when you have track record, of course, it did not start like that. It started from me not knowing what deed means. I did not know. Like when I came in 2019, 2020, if you ask me, hey, what's the deed? I was like, what do you mean deed? I did not know that. Or no terminology. Now we close in like cost complicated apartment buildings like RV mobile home parks.
And
I
how are
managed
you
it
structuring these deals?
differently. should I talk about bad deal?
Yes, please.
Yeah, so the bad deal, that was our first sub two. So if you are trying just to close sub two and you don't pay attention or you don't have someone who actually knows how to properly close them, like you will close and you will marry yourself to problems. Because when we got our first sub two, we relied heavily on a team that was doing like wholesalers and TC. And the problem was that they were also new. They did not know and they told me I could trust them. So they structured the deal incorrectly. I overpaid 40,000
Oh
on a
wow.
hut because of the way they structured the whole deal. Like they put purchase price and then they put cash to the seller on top, assignment of top, that's okay. But cash to the seller, cash to everything was coming on top, even though the purchase agreement was stating that it's included. And the TC was like, yes. And I wasn't sure if that was right or not because it was so new. But I was like, I don't think that's correct. And I talked with title company and they're like, no, your TC told that's right. So it's not only about getting someone to help you, it's about getting the right people to help you.
Absolutely. So I'm not sure if the audience caught that. When she says on top, let's say you agreed to buy a house at, let's say, 400K. What she was hoping that was happening was her closing costs, the money she's paying to a wholesaler, maybe she's paying the agent fees, all that's included in that 400. When she went to go close, it's 400 plus the closing costs plus the agent fee.
So no, the closing cost is okay. Like the
Okay.
closing cost always goes up on top of it. That's fine. That's normal. But
Right.
what's not okay when it says that the realtor fee is included in the purchase price and then cash to sellers also included and they added it on top of that.
Right.
They also missed 20,000 assessment that when city does some work or HOA, whatever they do, and there was assessment that was missed and we inherited that.
Ooh.
Yeah, so there's a lot of things that now as a TC company, we make sure that we verify. Maybe seller or buyer in bankruptcy. Did you ask for that? Did you actually talk to the seller to make sure they understand what's happening? So we have a really strict and high level procedures now that we follow when we close creative deals. But I learned it hard way, so you can avoid that. You can prevent mistakes. It's way easier to prevent than fix them. And we close most of our deals creatively.
That's awesome. So you went from being a transaction coordinator and then working with your husband for fix and flips and doing mobile home parks. So what are you looking for? What can, if somebody's watching this and they're like, I like this Darina, I want to see how I can work with her. I want to see how I can help her in her business. What are you looking for and how can they get in touch with you?
Yeah, so you can find me in Instagram. It's just as my name on the screen, Darina Alexa, and then same on the Facebook and YouTube. We have also a group, Poor Man's Multifamily for mobile home parks. If someone is interested to learn about mobile home parks, we have monthly Zooms. We have training for bird dogs for people who bring us, I prefer to call them lead or acquisition managers. So come join and you can learn about that. We looking always for flips in Twin Cities, Minnesota. We always happy to help people nationwide with TC services if they need someone to actually help to walk them through the transaction and prevent mistakes. But if you did already, if you bought something and you screwed and you didn't buy it correctly, we can also help you to fix it. But that's just harder.
Right, exactly. Easy
Yeah,
to do
and
it up front, then they have to go back and correct it.
yes, and of course we're looking for mobile home parks, but we're very specific with our buy box. So me and Tyler we want 40 pets or more in Central Florida. It's near I-75 route, like just central. We don't want to have close to the beach and pay crazy insurance. And then 80 pets and more in Sunbelt states. And we
Okay.
not only ask, hey, we need parks, we actually educate people how to find them, how to underwrite them. And what interesting, people text me, oh, thank you so much. Your underwriting video actually saved me from buying a bad deal.
That's awesome. I have a story about that myself. Somebody who's been here in Colorado. They were under contract for $52 million on a mobile home park. And when you underwrite it, it's not even worth like 6 million.
Okay, so they would not even get financing, or was that a seller finance deal?
Correct. It was seller financing, I believe. But when the investor brought it to me and the local leadership here for the sub two community, we shared why it's not a good idea. So she walked away from that contract because she didn't realize just what she didn't know. So that's one of the benefits of your training that you're teaching people so they don't make mistakes like that.
Yes, and I'm not sure if you had someone talking about Morby methods, but a lot of deals with Morby methods, you actually can overfund the transaction. And that's a tricky part. If you don't know how to underwrite the deal, then you can unknowingly super overfund the deal.
I leave that training to pace. You look at that as a very high level strategy. And if you don't
Yeah, it is.
understand the basics, try to do the Morby method is not for the lighthearted. And you have to understand, like you said, that you're over leveraging the property and you be able to make sure that the value will be there when you're done.
Yeah, sometimes we actually have to say, hey, sorry, we cannot TC this deal for you.
And
Because,
people understand that you're actually looking out for them, right?
oh yeah,
So
hopefully. No, they do. Yeah. It just, we don't know intentions, but we don't want to attach ourselves to something that is not ethical. And I feel
right,
that's all our community, especially owners club. We want to make sure that we do ethical things because people rely on us, people trust us, and we want all to win. If someone was next to me when I was buying that deal, my first sub two,
right.
if I had Darina come from me 2 years later, I would be so happy. I would not buy that.
And save you a lot of grief.
I would save around 100,000.
Yeah,
Yeah, that I overpaid. But it's okay. It was lesson for me, but for someone that could break it. So them. So
right. So there's just another lesson that having a good TC and a good mentor will help you save yourself, in this case, $100K. So
Yes, we have a lot of bird dogs that actually look for deals for us, but then eventually they want to own mobile home park. So while
right.
going through the process, they get paid, they get to learn, and then they can buy their own park, avoiding mistakes.
That's awesome. Darina, thank you so much for your time and sharing your knowledge and your experience. For the audience, I'm gonna have all the links to their poor family or poor man's family link in the description so that you can go watch their training, learn from them, bring them opportunities that match their buy box. And if you want to follow Darina, like she said, there's her Instagram. If you like what you learned today and you want to learn more, please subscribe to the channel. I'd appreciate it. Darina, again, thank you so much for your time, and we'll see you on the next one, guys.
Thank you.
Bye
Bye.
now.